smoking again, haven't you?
I'd one before I picked you up, like.
I've told you loads of times. I don't want to smell that shit first thing in the morning. Crack your window.
It's freezing, man.
I'd rather that than die of cancer. Your cab's a pit, Dennis.
You don't own it.
Tuesdays and Fridays I do. A car reflects its owner. And you look like shit and all.
When did he say they were coming?
Do you like this shade? My mum says he makes me look like a harlot.
What? No, not at all. Very vibrant.
When's who coming?
The VAT man. The phone last night.
Oh! Next Thursday. Coming from York, they said.
Yeah?
I'm sorry to trouble you, Mr. Startup, but I was wondering if I could have a day off.
A day off?
The day after tomorrow, to be precise. Funeral. Someone died.
Family?
No, not exactly. Just someone.
What, and you need a whole day off for that?
It's in Geordie land.
Do you want your train fare as well?
No.
Hello? Who's this?
How'd you think? Our little boogie bear?
Buddy, I'm on a ski machine. I can't talk now.
Does that mean you're wearing those tight black leotard?
You call me when you're coming back.
What are you looking for?
Druggies or dossers?
Well, I'm neither. Been driving a cab all night. Need a shave and a clean shirt. All right?
Station rule says you can use the bog, and that's it. It's not the Savoy.
I've just used the bog. Do you want to stick your head round trap 3 there and check the evidence?
Thanks, Ross, mate. Yeah, Joe. Nice one.
Nev.
Hello, Dan.
So how are you?
Aye, great. New band since I saw you last.
Aye.
Another girl, Callista.
Callista.
Brenda's a big Ally McBeal fan.
It's a nice car.
So, can you believe this? Was he ill?
I have no idea. Hadn't heard from him in years.
Why have the wake on Teesside?
Must have moved there.
Terrible thought, you know, when you realise, you look at the arc of a man's life, he was born in Newcastle, dies in Middlesbrough.
Let me help you.
Thank you, Pet. You're the first to arrive.
Oh, it looks like it.
Sad. Always are these occasions. Was he a relative?
No, but he was a good oppo a long time ago.
What a miserable day, eh? Sort of day you get your dog put down.
Sort of day you contemplate mortality.
Moxie! You alright?
I think so. I borrowed it. I've never ridden one before. Sunk.
Strange part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not Geordies here, right?
Certainly not. So what are they then?
Just people from Middlesbrough.
Smoggies.
God knows how I was fetched up here.
I still can't get my head round it, me, like.
He didn't like me at first, in Germany. It's because I was the last to arrive and he didn't want another body in the billet. But I soon won him over.
You won him over, Moxie, because you had a dartboard. That was the only reason any of us let you in.
And all this time I thought it was me charm.
Oi, back off. How much did the rich twat pay you to guard it?
Never mind. And get your hands off that paintwork, will you?
That's a bit special, isn't it?
Someone's doing all right, aren't they?
One of my most vivid memories of Oz is him preparing for a night out. Clean shirt, clean pair of kicks, and before he went marauding into the Dusseldorf night, dipped his fingers in the chip pad and run them through his hair.
Dennis! Neville! Moxie!
Oh, man.
Right.
Oh, very.
yeah.
Right.
God, you've changed less than anyone. You've changed the most. It's not your Bentley out there, is it?
Afraid so.
Bloody hell. What you do, win the lottery or what?
Hard graft, son. No, I've been very fortunate. Yeah. And yourselves? How about you lot?
Catering.
Yeah, transport.
I'm still in the building trade. Self-employed, like prefabricated houses.
Great.
What about you, Bomber?
Oh, this and that. Oh, we're wondering, does anyone know what happened to him? How he died like?
No.
I don't even know his real name.
Yeah. Who's organised all this?
Aye. The old dude that bought the sandwiches didn't know.
He had an ex-wife, didn't he?
Marjorie.
That's it.
Nah, it wouldn't have been her, no. She moved to Carlisle.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, have you been to Carlisle? I have.
Well, presumably she's got another bloke, but nah, she wouldn't have sprung for this. There was no love lost.
It really doesn't matter, does it? The point is we've come to Maudie's passing. And it's hard to think we'll never hear that big booming gob again.
Wayne's not here. Anybody heard from him?
Well, he was always jobbing abroad, wasn't he? I got a card from him from the golf once. What did he say? He said, there's sand everywhere, can't get a drink, but there's hundreds of Irish nurses desperate for a shag. That was him, wasn't it?
So are we waiting for him or what? Or can we make a start on the Sarnies?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, well, maybe we should observe a moment's silence first.
Yeah. Mark of respect.
Right.
Yeah, then.
As I was saying, a couple of years ago, I was trying to sell my car. A larder.
You mean one of them Russian rat traps?
Yeah, right. No takers. But then I met this bloke, Caddy, from Moscow, and he told me that larders had become something of a status symbol back home. So we bought up as many cars as we get our hands on and shipped them back there.
Well, and that's how you made your money?
No, not all of it now. No, because we didn't stop there, you see. We parlayed all our profits into surplus food. You know, exporting the stuff from supermarket chains that had passed its sell-by date. Marmalade, packet soap and sauces and the like.
You mean they're not so choosy over there?
They're not, Bon, no. Some young Russian soldier shivering in a shell hole in Chechnya, eating his bit of boiled dog, is not fussed about the date on his tomato ketchup sachet. Ah, but the big prize for me, fellas, it's not the money, it's not the porticoed house or the car. No, but meeting my partner's sister, Tatiana. Oh, a beguiling beauty from the Urals, who is the current Mrs. Taylor. Oh, and who will be anxiously awaiting my return even as we speak.
Oh, you're not going already?
Well, it's all been very lovely and that, Bon, but I think we've done enough talking about the good old days, don't you?
And most of what's been said's clouded by sentiment. I mean, apart from the fact we were young, it wasn't the most elevating time of our lives, was it? We slept in a hut, we lived off fried food, and we got pissed with strangers. I mean, I'm sorry Oz has snuffed it, but face it, most of the time he was with us, he just inspired disgust and derision.
Can't argue with that, Nev. I was a monster.
What the bloody hell's going on?
Did
I ride all the way up here from Liverpool with flies in my face to find that you're not sodden dead?
I am dead. At least the old Oz is dead. We're here to bury him. And celebrate the birth of the new Oz.
Leonard.
Yeah, hey man, you look like Lloyd's Bank Employee of the Month.
You're still a bollocks for setting us up.
Aye. What kind of stunt are you trying to
Lads,
put in, Oz, eh?
lads, how else was I going to get you all in the one room at the same time? Huh? Is the company not here?
Wait.
No. Can't say I'm surprised. In fact, I'm amazed the rest of you turned up.
We were hoping there was a will.
Haha, bit premature, Mox, but I am here to change all your lives.
Oh.
See, no, wait a minute. Now, it's right what Nev was saying there. I wasn't no good about the good old days, was that? But what was it what kept it all going?
I thought that things might get better.
Absolutely. Now, can any one of you look me in the eye and say that it has? I'll make an exception for Mr. Taylor there, given his role at Park Roadside.
A Bentley, actually, virtually identical to the Rolls equivalent, but a bit more desirable.
It hasn't improved my life losing a day's dosh and wine constantly to drag our horses all the way down here to smuggling line.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you pull the sick trick back up in Newcastle?
There's a reason. The Middlesbrough Transporter Bridge, designed by the Cleveland Bridge and Engineering Company of Darlington and opened on October the 17th, 1911 by Prince Arthur of Connaught.
What's our next stop? Guided tour of the Haverton Hill glue factory.
Now, as you can see, there's great tracts of land on both sides of the river, just ripe for development, and there's a big consortium already on the case. The only obstacle is this famous local landmark here. Now that's where we'd fit in, because we're going to pull it down and flog it for a fortune.
Huh? Are you on something, Oz?
No, I've sobered up, Moxie.
What? You don't touch the sauce?
Well, comparatively sober.
You mean your drink is not harmful to humanity anymore?
Aye, right. I'd just stick to shandies these days and get mellow, you know. Don't get bladdered anymore and don't crack heads.
But we're British, man. We put things up, we don't knock them down.
we contract this out, man, then. We'd be the gaffers on this one.
But it's monstrous, man.
Yes, it's monstrous, Neville. It's gargantuan. It's outrageous. That's the point.
Well, how do you know about all this?
Geoffrey Granger.
Now, your story has been told many, many times, particularly in the tabloids. Here we are, a rising star in the political spectrum, a beautiful wife, social and cultural connections, and yet you threw it all away.
Well, Gloria, I didn't throw it all away. I was caught.
Nevertheless, caught, prosecuted, went to jail. But what would you say overall was the worst aspect of it?
Lying to my family, to my colleagues in the House. But as I've said on several occasions, it's not what I lost that counts. It's what I gained.
Which was?
Humility, moral perspective, and of course, God.
So where do you meet this wanker?
I was tooled up with him in Durham, Nick.
I hear they do a good breakfast up there.
You were inside? This was the old Oz, was it, Leonard?
It was Barry, aye. We had his ugly head in a pub in Wall's End one night. Some geezer ended up in hospital and I ended up in the Nick. But Granger, see, Granger was a marked man from the minute the doors banged behind him, you know. MP, privilege, all that baggage, you know. And I saved his arse one day.
I take it you're not speaking metaphorically.
I'm not Barry, no. In fact, I saved it 4 times in the first month.
So, he owes you big time, is that it?
He does, Bomb, aye, and he's part of this big land deal consortium, you see. And he came to me because of that. He said, Oz, he said, if you can put the right team together, you have got a contract for bringing down the bridge.
Well, there's going to be a hell of an outcry.
They're building a new bridge, man. Revive the whole area.
Let me see if I've got this straight. We, as an entity, will be the contractors, yeah, not the hired help.
Absolutely.
Foreign labour?
Almost certainly.
How much initial capital do we need to lay out? Have you worked that out?
75k.
75,000?
Just to prove that we're bona fide, you know. And then when the job kicks up, we'll get a draw from the developer.
Doesn't sound enough to me.
You are? Not enough. Where would any of us get that sort of money?
Yeah. Well, the bank. Or the building society, or your granny's pearls. Listen, if you want it bad enough, you'll find it, won't you? And then when the job's finished, we'll get a hefty commission on the sale of the bridge. Now, I reckon we'll be looking at somewhere in the region of 250k between the 6 of us. So do the sums. Yes?
Did I miss the memorial thing? I didn't know it was this far. I didn't know anyway it was this far.
It was just a joke. Nobody died.
Yeah, my dad did. You sent him an invite.
Have a look.
It didn't have the right address on it, but I got it in the end.
You're never wins, laddie.
Yeah. My name's Wyman.
You cannot be, man. I mean, look at you. You're
very welcome, Wyman. Did you say your dad passed on?
Yeah.
How?
He just died. 2 years back. Freak heart thing. Congenital, they said.
Oh, that's a shitter.
So, it is a wake after all.
Smile.
Oh, good. Good lad. Good. Right, lads. You've got me number. Get back to us as soon as you can, eh? I know there's a lot to take in all in one go, but just remember, nobody ever changed their lives by thinking small.
Barry, is there any chance of a lift, like, you know, just part of the way? Me bike's buggered.
Leave it in the river then, man. I thought you said you borrowed it.
I know, but the bloke don't know it yet.
All right, come in.
Oh, cheers, mate.
There's a spare cut at my gaff if you're stuck for a kip.
Cheers, that would be cool.
Well, you're the tycoon, Barry. What do you think of this idea?
I don't know, Bum. I must admit I admire its impudence. Nothing wrong with that. Boldness be my friend, harden the audacity. Edward V, I think.
Shakespeare?
That's right, Brooks.
I'm not stupid. Just strange.
Yes, and you. Thank you.
How much you reckon we'll have to cough up? Each, like?
10 grand plus change.
I haven't even got the plus change.
75 pissing grand. Easy.
Right about one thing, though. We could all do with a boost.
Well, you're all right. You've got your own business. I used to. People like you stuffed it.
How do you mean, people like me?
You import ready-built buildings, Neville, and DIY freaks put them up themselves at the weekends. Where does that leave artisans like me?
Artisans? Dinosaurs, more like. This whole area used to be pit villages, man. Everybody worked for the colliery. You know what they do now?
What?
All the men wear hairnets and pack airline meals. Everything's changed, Dennis. Deal with it.
Sorry if your room's a bit basic, kid, but I just moved in a couple of weeks ago.
It's a nice little village. Quaint.
Oh, it's quaint. I kind of get used to waking up to the sound of cows in the morning. Might have woken up with a few in me time, like. No, I came here to get away from old haunts and bad habits, you know. But when I got into jail, it was a case of get me tools out, head down, arse up, and graft like a black man. That's just an expression, you know. It's a compliment, really. So where was your father working when he met your mother? Nigeria?
Piss off. My mum's from Camberwell. They met at a Madness concert at the Lyceum.
Madness? I thought you must have been a Stones fan to lumber you with a name like Wyden.
No. I mean, you'd hardly idolise the bass player, would you?
No.
I think she wanted it to be close to Wayne without actually being Wayne. My professional name's a spin maestro, though.
So what?
The spin maestro, because that's what I do. Spin.
Spin?
DJ.
Oh, all right, sorry.
Mostly round London, sometimes further afield. I've never been around these parts.
Your father was up here once, just before we all went off to Spain.
That's why I came up here. Or you lot knew him. And I never did.
The strongest link is Lee. He was the only person to get all of his questions right. Michael is statistically the round's weakest link. Will his game be over now?
Huggy there.
Who you think is the
The
weakest?
usual Cosmo. Right, it's easy on the cranberry. And for Caddy, martini, straight up, couple of olives.
На здоровье.
Cheers.
Buddy.
Oh, sorry, baby.
Just £350. Who has now lost the plot? Michael, did you know the keynote from the Birmingham?
Well, at least it was good to see old friends again.
On the other hand, if you see the Duke of Edinburgh, stay out of the way, Michael, because you know nothing about nature and he's very...
You should have seen their faces when I tooled up in the Bentley.
Why, David?
David had a...
See, all those years ago, they used to see me as a bit of a radish, can you believe it?
Buddy, we are watching this program.
Oh, sorry, babe.
Probably myself.
That's correct. Never heard of the Birmingham...
Why don't you get for yourself something to eat?
Statistically,
Well,
Michael...
there doesn't seem to be much in the fridge, actually.
Then call for a curry. I have never stopped all day.
David, with 4 votes...
Они избавились от дантиста.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Бой-бой! Я знал, что он будет
I feel
первым.
terrible to be voted off the weakest link. I'm gutted, mortified, irritated as a team. I shouldn't be here. Michael should be here because he was the weakest link in that round.
many staff do you employ, Mr. Hope?
Why do you assume he runs the business? We do everything together. Lorraine looks after the phones and the filing.
It's mostly done on the internet. People order by email, and then the stuff's sent direct from the suppliers in Sweden. Pre-packed, ready to board together.
And who looks after the VAT?
That's always been Brenda's province.
Thanks for the blame shifting. Yes, we're behind. But we've been having to give 3 months credit just to stay competitive.
You are severely behind.
Have you any idea what it's like to run a small business with these margins? And a home? And raise 3 kids? Are you married?
That's not really relevant, Brenda.
It is to me.
Do you own your own home?
Less a couple of mortgages. We took out the second one when we kicked off the business.
We haven't got a second home in the Algarve. We spent last summer in a rented caravan on Windermere.
Brenda, please. Just trying to do her job.
Just because you haven't got the balls to face up to these people.
Oh, you were the one that bollocks the figures.
That doesn't mean they can treat us like criminals. I'll put it right, okay? Or would you just like to lock us up now and throw away the keys?
I still find it hard to describe what I felt when I went into prison. The banging of doors, the cries in the night, the smell of urine and overcooked cabbage, the almost tangible smell of fear itself. Yet I was more afraid of coming out into the sunshine of a hostile world. It was part of the price of starting over. I'm so sorry. And who's this one to?
To my dear friend Oz.
What can we do for you, Oz?
Ooh, I could think of a few things, Pet, but I'm gonna have to settle for a cup of tea with your boss. Thanks, Pet.
Well, I hope this bloody book sells. I'm still crippled with legal fees, and since the divorce, the wife got the house in Westminster.
Smoked salmon and bubbly. It's not exactly Skid Row, Jeffrey.
This is all on the publisher's nut.
Well, I plonked my 20 quid down. I've no intention of reading it, like.
Well, I suggest that you at least peruse chapter 16, Talking to God.
I've been too busy talking to the lads.
You have them, they're set.
Virtually.
Virtually doesn't hack it, Oz. As soon as the ink is dry on those permits, I want work to start on the bridge. If you can't guarantee it, I'll have to go elsewhere.
Don't sweat it, Jeffrey. I'm crewed up, all right. Here.
They look like mercenaries. Who's the Bentley belong to?
Ah, it's Barry Taylor. Top man in his field. Import-export with the Ivans.
Ah, so the money shouldn't be a problem then.
Oh, morning, Mr. Taylor. I hope you're not planning to drive another forklift today.
Well, I get bored in the office. I'm very hands-on, me, Arthur.
I know, Mr. Taylor. But there was an awful lot of mess to clear up.
This is what I love about our business. The way it unites people of the world. Just think, families in Azerbaijan will be eating pickled onions bottled in Walsall. It brings us all closer together, doesn't it, Arthur?
Ah, it does that, Mr. Taylor.
I still don't understand, Kate. Why are we bringing the larders back from Russia?
This is for us to restore, to renovate. I told you that. You see, Barry, a Russian has a great pride in his car. And he no wants some shit job done in back street of Moscow. And 1 week later, all paint fell off. No! Закрой дверь.
Phone call for Mr. Taylor.
I lost my virginity in Windermere.
What?
Well, you know, you were saying. That's where you and your family went.
Oh, right.
It was in a tent.
Oh, Barry, yeah, it's Neb.
Nev, hello, mate. I listened, it was lovely to see you the other day. Didn't get a chance to ask you, how's the lovely Brenda?
Oh, she's fine. Listen, Barry, there's something I want to ask you. This idea of Oz's, is it feasible? I mean, maybe you should have a word with this Granger bloke? I mean, after all, you two have got a lot in common.
Not exactly. I haven't been to prison for fraud and corruption.
You're successful, man. You speak the same language as him? I'm sorry to ask. I know you must be really busy.
No, I can find time for that. No, mate, it makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Okay. Cheers, Ben.
Okay, yeah, ta-ra, mate. Don't leave it with me. I'll sort it out. Ta-ra for a bit. Bye.
You are Osborne? Yorgo. I take closer look. It's big job. You need many peoples.
Well, I'm told you're the man who can provide them.
It's no problem. I pay them, I find them beds. You pay me whole package.
I'll need a figure, obviously.
I work out. We discuss.
Will your people be, like, legal?
They will have papers. No problems. I think maybe 50 peoples.
And where will they be from?
From everywhere. Why you care?
Huh?
I am from Macedonia.
Huh? Well, fine by me, as long as you are not from Sunderland.
You have picked up at 37 Bywood Road, Heaton, ASAP.
37 Bywood Road, Heaton. All right, copy.
Do you copy?
Yeah, got that. What for it is? Pick up that gas from the Central Station. Two quarters, two men. Back to the ball, back to the bowler, back to the field. You're breaking up there.
You look tired, Dennis. I'm all right. You find it hard, don't you? Doing a job like this.
I'm not complaining, Mr. Coupler.
I don't mean physically. I mean in your mind. I lived here 35 years. I know the tragedy of this area. It's full of men like yourself who have no place in the techno world.
Well, like me mate says, people like me are a thing of the past. That's a comforting thought when you switch off the light at night, eh?
However, Dennis, I believe there is a line you don't cross.
What do you mean by that, like?
Tommy Rompton. Maybe he thinks doing his filthy business from a minicab makes him less conspicuous. But when police take him down and you are driving him that day, they will take you too. I wouldn't like to see that happen.
Moxie. Which is it? Drug dealers or cops? Pity. Could have done with a pick-me-up.
Coffee. Pizza. Why aren't I in a dark room getting hurt?
This isn't a poll, Moxie. Although I see from your file you've got a bit of previous. 3 convictions for arson.
If this is about a fire, I didn't do it. I've been going to Arsonists Anonymous.
How long have you been working for Mickey Startup?
Less than a year.
He's scum. And we want him. He's making more money out of human traffic than arms running or drug dealing.
I wondered how you felt about wearing a wire.
You're joking, aren't you?
Well, you must hear a lot. See a lot.
I work in the kitchens. I don't hang out with Mickey Startup. What's he gonna tell me? We got 6 Natashas coming in from Belgrade tonight, so keep it under your hat, Mox.
It's not just girls. He's running the whole black labour racket for the north of England.
Well, if you won't wear a wire, maybe you can get a bug in his office for us.
Who do you think I am? Donny Sodden Brasco? Oh, hey. Anchovies.
One of his former bookkeepers came to us, told us what's in his safe.
She also told us how to get into the safe. Could you do that for us?
Well, it's a question of civic duty.
I think we'll have to consider it.
And what, risk our savings?
Well, maybe it's time you had a bit of risk in your life, Neville.
I've always worked to reduce the risk in our lives, Brenda, man. For you and the girls.
Well, it hasn't made you happy. You get depressed, negative. And I don't think it's just sexual.
Where did that come from?
I've seen the way you look at Lorraine and our daughter's friends. And there's not been a lot of activity in the bedroom.
Oh, sweetheart, man, that's just because I just feel like I'm wading through treacle.
We'll have to take a chance if we're ever going to get ahead of the game. That's the way it works, Nev.
Granger's confident the board will pass the scheme. Final votes next week. Oh, and it's a 7-way split again. Wayne's young and rang up, and he wants in.
Where's he got the money?
Well, he's a top disc jockey. They'll make a fortune, apparently.
He'd be well qualified for knocking down a bridge, then.
Hey, listen, he's not my favourite Martian. And it's no secret I didn't like his fella neither, but if the kid's got a Wonga, he's in.
Barry's tequila, isn't he?
Is he?
Maybe he'll get a bit more pregnant once he's met Granger.
Do I take it you're in, Neville?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to bite a bullet on the VAT. But if this works out, I'll get everybody off me back.
Bomber's come up with half of his so far, but he's got all them bairns, hasn't he? So maybe they'll chip in for him.
I wouldn't get me hopes too high on Moxie.
Ah, well, funnily enough, he rang last night and said he knows where he can get his hands on some money.
You're all mad. It's a massive bastard job. Nobody knows shit about demolition.
Yeah, but like Oz says, Dan, we're the gaffers on this.
That's right. I've already spoken to a gangmaster.
What?
The gang, he's a bloke what rounds up your foreign labour for you. Because it'll be a bunch of Albanians or Yugoslavs what actually brings the bridge down. We are the money on this one, Dan. We're the money.
I haven't got any bloody money. How many mailbags did you have to sew to get your stake?
I got that through honest graft, actually. Sweat in me brow. When I got into jail, I went back on the tools and I've worked 6 days a week ever since.
And you've saved £10,000?
No, I fell up a scaffold and scored for 8 grand compen.
What happened to that 25 grand payout you got from Ali Fraser?
That was 15 years ago, man. 2 divorces and a new pair of shoes took care of that.
Well, maybe Barry would see you, right?
I'm not owing anybody.
Man, Dan, we need you. You were always top man, the anchor. Well, you kept us in line.
Aye, Dan. Huh?
Every Tuesday and Friday, I drive a drug dealer round the housing estates and the shopping centres. Why would I do that, huh? Because it's my biggest payday of the week. The rest of the time, I work the graveyard shift, you know? Bigger tips at night, even though you've got to clean up after blowjobs and drunks. If I had £10,000, do you think that would be me life? See ya.
Pleasure.
You turn some heads, Mr. Granger.
Geoffrey, please.
Geoffrey.
Price of notoriety, I'm afraid.
But you've always been a public figure, haven't you, Geoffrey? Even before the disgrace.
Public life is what I chose from a very early age. I was MP for South Cleveland as only 28.
Oh, really?
Which, I suppose, explains my concern for the needs and hardships of the working people of Teesside.
Sir?
Is that what you had in mind, Geoffrey?
Should do very nicely. Thank you.
Is it all right?
It's delicious.
Good.
You're like me, I think. You like good things in life.
Especially having been deprived of them for a while. Of course, being from Russia, I should imagine you've been deprived of many things yourself.
No.
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 How did you snag this delectable creature back?
Well, it's a long story.
Yes, which we don't have to hear now.
No, baby. So, Jeffrey, this land deal...
Vision, Barry. A vision of a community revitalized and rejuvenated. A phoenix rising from the ashes of waste and neglect. And a new bridge connecting a continual flow of people and traffic, which is why, of course, the old anachronism has to be pulled down.
Oz says you got a buyer for the bridge. Because as I understand it, that would be the lad's big payday.
Absolutely. And incidentally, I want no part of that. It's not what I'm in this business for. This is my way of giving something back.
Of course, I'm not yet personally committed, do you understand?
Well, maybe you should think of this, buddy. You go to the north, you see your friends.
Do you take a keen interest in his ventures, Tatiana?
I advise, yes. Sometimes I say, buddy, don't go there with the barge pole.
Well, I do hope that we can rely upon your support.
Why are we going this way home?
Well, I like to drive by my empire. It gives me a warm glow inside, baby bear. What's your Range Rover doing there?
Buddy, let's go home. I'm tired. I have a headache.
What's going on, Cad? Hey! Can you believe it's more cars arrive? I have to offload or they stay overnight outside. It's no good.
Well, it's very good of you, but it's a bit beyond the call of duty, mate.
Take Tatiana home, buddy. Good dinner?
Should be. Cost a fortune. All right, mate, but don't kill yourself, eh? Ta-ra.
Tossie.
All right, Alan?
Cheers.
All right, man. Banging.
Hello, Oz. Sorry, did I wake you?
Where have you sprung from?
Liverpool.
Well, how?
By cab.
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, I told you on the phone I'm in. So I brought me contribution.
Oh. Well, you're a bit premature, Moxie. The deal's not closed yet.
Fingers crossed then, eh? Otherwise I'll have to invest elsewhere.
What, have you brought a cheque?
No.
Hell's bollocks. Hey, you better stick that in the bank.
But rather not. Have you got a shovel?
What are you doing?
What? Why, boss?
You should be out looking for that thieving piece of turd. It's been 2 days now.
We've combed a sissy, boss.
Get out, find him, and kill him. Then bring him here, and I'll kill him. Again.
We'll soon be saying goodbye to a local landmark following a decision by the Middlesbrough Development Corporation to go ahead with the Havisham project.
The unique transporter bridge, which has spanned the Tees for more than 90 years, was featured in the award-winning film Billy Elliot. Now it has to go as part of a massive redevelopment scheme.
The details of the venture were revealed today at a hastily summoned news conference on the banks of the River Tees in the shadow of the doomed bridge.
This is an historic day, a triumph for the area, because what the Havisham project is ultimately about is improving the lives of people.
Lord Wharfdale, some people think it's a shame that the scheme has to be at the expense of such an historic structure.
Oh, well, you can't create vital twin communities and link them with an antiquated ferry that'll only take a dozen cars.
Well, what does Dad know about pulling down bridges?
Nothing, Debbie, which I think is a point worth considering.
It's there, on television, it's happening. Someone's going to make a profit from it, why not us?
I think it's your dad. Yeah, I'm at the hospital now. Yeah, well, they took some more tests, changed my medication. No, I'm still going up north, Kathy. It means a lot.
Dad, you have to.
It gives a bit of a point to my existence. There might be a bob or two in it. And the crack was always good.
А выражение на лице, как у беременного верблюда.
Daddy, are you going for a jog?
No. I've got business to attend to in the north, actually. Baby bear. Oh.
Sorry.
Well, the crack on. Better get changed. Time's getting on.
Right then, gentlemen, to the bridge.
The bridge. I thought you didn't do that anymore.
Oh, it's only tequila. I'm gonna wash it down with a caliber. So, what's the order of play then, Oz? First thing, we'll get ourselves down to Middlesbrough, get all the paperwork signed.
Oh, I have to hand it to you, Oz. You got all this together.
Yeah.
And us.
That's right, yeah.
Good lad.
Nice one, mate.
I have to say, you are the last person on earth I imagine being in business with.
Well, if it comes to that, you're the last person on earth I ever thought would be a millionaire, but...
I can still see you in the hut, sitting on your bed in your manky underpants, eating soup from a tin and cleaning your toenails with your trowel.
Long time ago, you know.
Yeah, it didn't seem that long to me.
You guys lived in a hut?
Yeah. We used to call it Stalag 17. Felt like prisoners of war.
Your dad fused the lights every other night, blow drying his hair.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Oh, he's a bit of a ladies' man, wasn't he?
Yeah, I gathered that.
I have to say, everything I know about women I learned from your dad.
Well, that must have taken them all of 30 seconds.
Oh, you may laugh. You wait until you clap eyes on Tatiana.
From the rurals.
One of you is missing now. Apart from my dad, I mean.
That's not wrong. Bum, I don't think he's right.
want to get finished early today. The wife's opening up a new salon.
Sort of salon?
Ah, you know, lasses stuff. Cellulite, tanning, leg waxing. This is her third. Up in Hillbilly Land. Concert. Can you believe it?
I expect they could do with a tan up there.
She's got a great head for business, that's Janine. Have you got a wife?
I've had two. History note.
Not surprised. I mean, look at the state here. Have you got any kids or no?
I don't see them much. They don't live in the area.
Janine wants to send her lad to boarding school.
Right. Many grams would you have to shift to put a kid through Eton?
You want to watch your mouth, Dennis. Just drive your mobile shit house and shut up. Right?
Did you get this car on the drip, Barry?
The what?
The drip. Chucky. Never, never. Hire purchase.
Oh, right, son. Actually, I wanted to pay cash for it, but my accountant suggested it'd be foolish to have so much capital tied up in a depreciating asset.
Hit a red light round here, it'll depreciate even faster. They'll have your wheels off quicker than a Formula 1 pit crew.
Well, not with 6 of us in the car, surely.
Don't count on it.
Maybe they'll think we're a boy band shooting a video.
Try this next left.
Left.
We'll just do all this.
Oi!
What's all this?
Rolling again, Dennis. Magnificent 7.
It wouldn't be the same without you, man.
Look, I've told you where I stand.
We're gonna come up with you.
That means I owe 6 people.
No, you won't. When we get our back end bonus, what you owe us will come off the top.
Look, I've got an all-day affair. I can't talk about this right now.
Oh, is that the dealer? How come he's not tootling around in a Beamer?
Lost his licence, road rage.
Who's this lot?
We're the drug squad. The Bentley's just a cunning subterfuge.
Why don't you just pay Dennis what he's owed because he's finished for the day?
He is bastard not. Now piss off, the lot of you.
Den, what does he owe you?
Just leave it out, Oz, will you?
Oz? Is that the name? I've seen your ugly face around, so you'll be easy to find.
Ugly? What does that mean?
Look, there's no reason for this to get unpleasant, you know. It means, if you dick with me, I'll eat your liver.
Is that with or without the fava beans?
I hate the know where I live, man.
You don't live there anymore. You're coming with us. Away. Get in quick. Want to ride shotgun, bomber?
See, the old Oz is still with us.
Well, he has to appear every once in a while, Bum. Else people might think I'm Cliff Richard. Pull it down the same way as I put it up 90 years ago, with pulleys and chains, sweat, toil.
So there.
Can you not think about her while you're shagging Brenda?
I knew I shouldn't have mentioned this.
Seems like a hell of a good way to get your money's worth out of a sex therapist.
Your friend, he think with his head.
What does your friend think with his bollocks?
I'm broke, I'm stressed, I'm depressed, I'm too old.
Right.
Have you as much experience in this line of work? Not exactly on this scale.
You look good in that, Neville.
I don't need anything from you, Dad.
You used to, when you were a kid.
You're a bunch of bloody amateurs.
How'd you feel about killing him?
Hell, bollocks.